Yellowstone. We're at Yellowstone.
So we're talking about Yellowstone. What is it? Season 7 or season 8 is coming out soon.
7, I think.
So something I continually remind myself on is I think everybody's favorite character or one of them, Rip.
Oh, Robbie, the goat of Yellowstone is what you're
Yeah.
talking about.
Oh, he's incredible. But something that I continue to remind myself that is, I think, clear in his character, he is a loyal soldier to the owner of
Yeah.
the ranch. You know what I mean? Whatever he wants, hey, good to go, boss. Dropping bodies off the side of the cliff. And I say that to say, in our previous conversation before we went live, just be a really good follower. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, be a really good yes man. Actually, yes man isn't the way to say it, but be a guy that's bought in, right? Like, hey, there's obviously people above me. There's obviously people that are, you know,
To the program.
yeah, you got to
That's what
buy
you're
into the
saying.
process. Exactly right. And I think an example is like Brady buying into the process. Brady could have left after his first ring, his second ring, his third ring. Instead, he stayed and got his sixth ring there. But I'm like, yo, Rip didn't agree with everything. Rip didn't agree with decisions. He had beef with some of the farmers or ranchers inside the bunkhouse. And I'm like, in my head, man, team player, right? Don't rock the boat. Trust the process. Keep on pushing.
It's true. It's true.
You know how it is.
And I got to do better at that, I guess. Are you preaching to me right now? Is that what you're doing? I just feel like I just got scolded for the past 15 minutes because what the people didn't see is basically I just got a life lesson here.
Do you feel like that?
I feel like I've just been given a life lesson, but I don't feel like, oh my God, he's talking to me right now. Like, what?
I don't. I mean, I think you were asking a question out of genuine interest, and
Yeah,
what
I
you,
wanted to know.
yeah, which you probably felt from me is actual excitement and
Can
passion.
I
And
s- can I say what can I say what I asked? Do you care if I say what I asked?
please,
Robbie is getting his master's degree, everyone. That is his goal. He is planning to go get his master's degree. I asked him, what does your master's degree do to further your career right now? And then he gave a great answer and gave more than just that answer, honestly. He gave a whole perspective and I don't know, outlook on why he is doing what he's doing, and it's great. And I'm rooting for him. I tell Robbie all the time I'm rooting for him, and it's special. Going to school, being in a full time career, having hobbies, being in a relationship, things like that, like all at once, that's tough. That's no easy task, and it's just like, oh, you're just doing life, and it's easy to get swept up in it and act like it's just, hey, I just got to do this today. But it is tough. I mean, that's a lot of things having your attention that need your attention, that you have to like really individualize your time on those things and really give your focus to one of those things at a time, honestly.
yeah. I mean, I think you brought up 2 points there that I would double down on, and then we can jump into the football talk. Um, you asked me, and then you jokingly or sincere were saying you felt like I was preaching at you. I think, and this isn't me being wiser, I think this is just my outlook on it. I think what you felt, Trey, is kind of like a reflection of you looking yourself in the mirror. And it
I
was like,
think.
wow. It
Are
was
you
like,
trying to CJ Stroud and Caleb Williams me right now? Are you
oh!
CJ Stroud me right now?
Do you feel that way?
No, I really don't. I really don't feel that way. I grind my butt off. I maybe here's the thing. I had a career. I did. I went
You
to
sure
LA. I
did.
worked.
You really
I
did.
worked in I worked in the movies. I did everything. COVID messed me up. I had to restart my life. I had to restart, reset everything, move back home. Like just change my whole course. Swallow my pride on these things. Like
Trey,
it's
you
a
know I
lot.
love this. You know I love these type of questions.
Yeah.
Remind me the year you moved to North Carolina. Or you moved back to North Carolina.
2021 maybe in the spring of 2021, I think.
What do you think life looks like if you continued down that pursuit of that? At the time, that was your
Yeah.
career: the movie, the Hollywood, the directing, the producing. What do you think? We're about to be in 25. What do you think that would look like today? Are you still in LA?
Yeah. So I mean, if COVID and everything never happens, I think I'm still in LA. I think, dude, honestly, it's so sad. I had really had so much momentum when I ended up leaving. It was the best I had been doing in the 6 years I had been out there. I think the older I get, the more mature I got. I moved out there, obviously, with every other dream. I want to be a star, whatever. Then I realized, hey, you got to work. You still got to make money. You got to survive. And then I started working behind the scenes on movies. I think I would have swallowed my pride a little bit more and took more gigs because I would turn down gigs behind the scenes just to go pursue some like classes or different. Like I would have a show or something that I would want to do, just performing because my heart loved that more, I guess. But yeah, I think I would still be out there. I think I would still be in the industry. I miss it. It's not
Yeah.
like I don't ever think about it, but I'm engaged and I got to make money. I want to have a family. There's things I got to do, and it's not only about me right now.
I mean, yeah. And listen, I think the silver lining there is, guess what? It's okay to start and restart, or start and stop and restart. That's normal, brother.
I'll say this. Your plan is not always what God's plan is for you, and that just wasn't what God's plan is for me.
And
But
some
I learned
and
a lot about life, and I became a man out there, and I needed that experience, so it did matter in my life. It wasn't just a
some-
write off for nothing.
sometimes I think you have to find out that what you think God's plan is for you based on that present moment in your life, and I have my own times of this as well, isn't actually what he wanted for you. It's like, hey, this is part of the process, right? You're still on the highway. You think this is your end destination. You
Yeah.
think this is where you're going to wrap your arms around this industry or this city and say, this is home. No, I brought you out there because in reality, I wanted you to come back home, or wanted you to actually grow up and be the Trey or the Robert that I put you on this. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
I
right.
realized I realized that when I had to go to DC for that one year. And I tell people a lot of the time that I knew previously in Tampa before I moved back, or excuse me, when I moved back. And I'm like, man, if you would have heard me when I found out, okay, such a great opportunity, I have to jump on it in DC, I was so excited. Still to this day, I have zero regrets. It was obviously the right decision. I had to go put my time in. But Trey, I was so excited for a handful of reasons. I was like, oh, the weather, man. I get to wear fall clothing and winter clothing, and the food. And obviously just the economics of being in DC and how it's so close to Boston and New York City and closer to Charlotte. And just the vibe. I'm going to love it. Fast forward to my point is like, okay, I quickly realized I don't actually love DC.
Yeah.
Handful of reasons that go into that. Again, I would have stayed up there for 2 years or 3 years if I had to, if my job wasn't allowing me to be remote and move back to Florida. But it was one of those things like, okay, I don't realize how much I actually truly enjoy Florida until I left it.
Yeah.
And then it was very clear to me probably 3-4 months in, okay, I am a better person, truthfully, in every single way, in every single measurable in Florida. And obviously, those measurables, if you know me, you could probably understand them a little bit better. But it's like, okay, you know what? I actually really do like the people in Florida. I like the commuting in Florida. I like the activities, the weather, the no state income tax, veteran friendly, etc. So that's my kind of like, I guess, relation to. I thought I would have loved DC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nope.
No. Little reality check for you. And just like that, the storylines of our life with the perfect transition.
This is what
There's other lives being affected that have storylines. That's happening in the NFL right now.
this is what we call behind the scenes, right? You're the director, producer behind the scenes, right?
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yep. A little taste of the action.
I appreciate that question. To be honest with you, I think it's. I think. I think my takeaway, right? Because you obviously felt some type of way, which means I probably felt some type of way because emotions work both way. I think what
Yeah.
you realize, Trey, is like, damn, there's a lot more what I could be doing,
I
and
like the
that's a
passion.
that's a good feeling. That's a good feeling. Just throwing
I
it out there.
Yeah, I like that. You're not satisfied. You want more. I think it's good to surround yourself with people like that. I don't.
Absolutely.
Anytime somebody thinks they're done with the job, it's the immediate laziness follows that.
All right. Well, I love that, but we have some football to talk. It's about 10:45 on the East Coast here. We'll try and make
Yeah.
this quick. Busy
If
night.
my energy's low, y'all, I'm sorry. I'm really trying. I've been removing concrete from a third-story,
Rock's
beautiful
exhausted. Look at him.
raft. Look at Rock's been there all day. I bet.
He works hard around here. It works both ways.
Keeps the place clean, huh?
He's got bills to pay. You know, you
I
earn your
respect
keep
it.
around here. You eat what you kill, and
I respect.
somehow he's 5 years in, hasn't killed a single thing. Trey, listen, I think it's important for us to address. Where do you want to start? I either want to start in two places. I'll let you pick. We either start with how we performed in our week 4 picks, or we can get right into the name of this podcast and we can start rewarding game balls and busting kneecaps and give me the rock. But if we do give me the rock because of a lot of good performers this week, I want you to pick two names and I'll pick two names. I think there's a handful of players that can obviously fall into this category and more than one each. So where do you want to start? You tell me.
Let's just get our week 4 picks out of the way. How did we do? Did you demolish me? I feel like I did bad.
Trey, we're starting with our week 4 picks. Good news, bad news. I think a little bit of both. Somehow we didn't do 2 games picking. I think we glossed over them. They weren't the games you expected. I thought we reviewed the Rams and the Bears game, but clearly we did not. That's all right. Here's the outcome. We pushed again. 4-4. I started off strong, and we'll quickly go through these. Obviously, if you have commentary, add it. Cowboys get the win in New York. Colts beat up on the Steelers. Good game. You actually called that one right. I love my pick about the the Broncos covering. That happened. We push on the Bucks. We both lose on the Panthers money line. I know we're going to talk about that. That's your team. I obviously have a somewhat bias towards them. I win here. Jags covering 6.5. They probably should have won this game. Commanders, absolutely taking care of business on the road. We push here. Moving on to the 49ers and Pats. I don't know why I took the Pats plus 10. That's just a stupid pick. They suck. They can't block. They can't throw. Jacoby can't run. Brock Purdy actually looks good. So you got me there. We both had Browns plus 2. That probably should have happened, but the Raiders without Devontae are somehow finding themselves in the win column. Chiefs, Chargers, we push on this, 7.5. That's all right. Good pick on you, Trey, having Baltimore money line. I don't know if that was luck or you actually saw the outcome of this.
Pure skill. Pure skill.
Dolphins -1 got the doors blown off them in Miami. Tennessee and Will Levis get their win. Lions, Seattle, probably arguably the game of the week, or at least the most exciting game of the week.
100%.
A lot of offense. I loved it. You take that one, 3.5. So through 4 weeks, we literally have a 500 record against one another. We are not making this up. Can't plan it. I mean, what's?
I don't care what anybody says. This is a W for me because Robbie likes to brag and to send me texts and little DMs and also bullcrap talking about how you don't know football, kid. I'll teach you something. Well, guess what? We're tied. Here we are, standing hand in hand, me and you, buddy, through week 5. Well, not through week 5, but through week 4 with week 5 upon us.
How many bets do you think you've put in this year so far?
Oh my gosh. Well, what are we? We're about 20 minutes in. Okay, this is good. My girl's probably stopped watching already. I would say probably 100.
100?
Not 100.
Give me a
200?
ballpark. I don't really.
Okay.
I'm going somewhere with this. Give me a ballpark.
Realistically, 100.
Do you think you're profitable?
Probably, I would say I'm a little under. I would say I'm probably about $80 under, because I hit a couple parlays that worked out for me week 1.
I probably put in 20 to 25 tickets, and I know I'm in the red, but it's not by a lot. And I think I might even be in the green, but I had a rookie mistake on the Monday night game between Seattle and Detroit. I have text to prove this. I said I absolutely love Detroit -4, -3, I forgot which one it was, and the over. Slam it. I heard it from God. Guarantee it. The over was 47.5. I go to check my ticket on Hard Rock Casino, and I pressed under in Lions -4.
And they wouldn't take it back?
Yeah, I went down to the Hard Rock and I said, "Hey, listen, I promise I meant to press the over. Listen, I swear. Look at my text." And
sometimes on the app you can cash out like immediately. You can recash out if you like. They'll do that for a certain amount of time. I had a
2-leg parlay and there was 0 early cash out option. And dude, come like halftime, I was like, they're gonna shatter the over. How fast they're scoring.
Yeah.
And yeah,
they did. Yeah, well, I want to clarify the 100 bets. I've been doing a lot of like $5.
yeah. Justify yourself. You're not an addict.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of $5 touchdown bets. So, as they are dumb, I've hit some. Okay, and they pay like $300 sometimes when they hit. So I don't care what you say, idiots. I'm getting money. I'm only down. I'm still down, but I'm having fun, y'all. That's what it's all about.
You know how like everyone has that time where it's like, oh man, I shouldn't have ate that extra slice of pizza. I'm too full, or I shouldn't have had that last tequila shot.
No.
Is there something in betting or this year where it's like, I gotta stop putting in 10-leg parlays. I gotta stop playing the 6-point teasers every single week. Like, what's your guilty crutch?
Red numbers when I look at my bank account. No, I'm just kidding. What do you mean my guilty crutch? Like, what do I always bet on, or what makes me be like, okay, I'm done?
Like it doesn't. Yeah, maybe it's a team. It doesn't return profit, but yet you keep finding yourself doing it. Whether it's a parlay, a teaser, a straight up. What is it that's like it never works, but you keep doing it?
All the touchdown parlays I'm doing, dude. What do you mean? I'm losing like $45 a week just throwing 8 different parlays with 7 touchdown parlays, like, and then 2 will hit and the other ones are not even close. So
I'll say on at least 95% of the tickets I've put in, Trey, I feel confident about every single one.
Yeah. You have to, right? Why are you betting if you don't?
Every one, I'm like, that's gonna hit.
Yeah, dude, I'll put in a 12-leg touchdown parlay on a Sunday, and I'll be like, oh my gosh, this plus 160,000 is free right now. They're just giving this away, and then none of them get.
Just made some cash.
Yeah. The first player gets hurt and nobody else scores a touchdown, and that's just how it goes.
I'm going to be honest here, and I think this is a decent segue unintentionally, and that just shows we're getting better. But my bad habit this year, I'm not making this up for clicks or for the views. It's been betting on the Panthers, and I have never taken them to win a game. I'm just describing my bets. I've never taken them to win a game. The first time, we're 4 weeks in, I bet on them every single week. I either bet on them to cover a spread or a spread not to cover, meaning, like the Raiders were going to win. This week, I had them in a 11-point teaser because a 6-point teaser. Every week, I just continue to talk myself into, you know what? I think the Panthers could win this. I think the Panthers could cover. And I think it's because I kind of trust Canales.
Wow.
I don't know.
Robbie giving a Panthers coach credit? Hold on a second. Let's take a moment of silence for this.
Well, sure, we can. And I guess I'm not sure if I do. That's why I keep putting money on him to see if my money likes him or not. But I'm like, okay, is it Canales? Is it his game plan? Is it the strategy? Like, I don't know, but I've only won one bet out of the 4 I put on him. So I may be done. But I just like betting on him. I don't fucking know.
Did you just... I don't know if you just praised the Panthers or hated on them right there. I'm not sure. Was that a compliment to Canales or some hate?
I couldn't tell you. I think Canales... I mean, I have no reason not to like him for now. I think he could be a good coach, but financially he hasn't made me shit.
He's a football guy. Listen, we're building a program. Listen, honestly, betting on the worst team in the league, probably not your best bet. But
you think they're the worst team in the league?
Well, we were coming into the season for sure.
We have a strong case for that, Trey.
And then we benched. Look, I seen somebody say that the Dolphins need to trade for Bryce Young, and I'm telling them, do it. Please do it. We would take a jar of sand for him right now. Come get Bryce Young. Let's take Andy Dalton. Let's ride into the sunset this year. Let's be bad. Because, listen, Canales is a football guy. I think him and Dan Morgan are building a culture over there. I really think the dudes are actually buying in, and that's why we're actually seeing progression and people starting to get better each week. I mean, look at Deontay Johnson. He's balling out right now. And everybody was hating on him, saying he drops passes, which, I get it. People are going to drop passes, and he has dropped a couple. But you got Xavier Leggett stepping up now. Like, Chuba running like a dog. That doesn't just happen just because.
Hold on. Before we get into the Panthers talk, because that's coming, we got to do what we got to do here.
All right.
Listen, a lot of wins, a lot of losses this week, a lot of great performers. I'll be the first. We're going to give 2 game balls away. I'm giving the rock away.
Mm-hmm.
My first game ball, Trey, and these can't be the same, right, for the viewers. These cannot be the same game balls. You can't give your game ball to my game ball. My ball doesn't touch your ball. My first game ball.
You're still in my ball.
I'm taking my ball and I'm running with it. My guy's firing it. He's slinging it. We're staying down here in Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield is getting the rock. Baker, 3-1. 30 for 47, 347 yards passing, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Firing. He was firing. Baker Mayfield. This is twice now I think he gets the rock from me. I'm not trying to be biased. I am simply putting light where it needs to be shed. Baker is balling, and for some reason I still don't hear a lot of media talking about him. The win against the Lions, Trey, in Week 2 could go down as the biggest win of the season for them so far, unless they beat up on Baltimore or KC, because that's coming. I'm not saying the wins, but those games are coming. So, yeah, my first game ball of the week, or Week 4, is Baker Mayfield.
Great, that's beautiful. I thought you were taking my guy because this is the number 1. Give me the rock right here. And it has to be none other than King Henry.
Yeah.
Absolutely dominating. Dominating the Bills. You said it earlier, I think, on the pod. You didn't see that happening. You didn't see them absolutely crushing them. But he went for 200 yards, 24 carries, 199, and a tud. Okay? He was balling, and not to mention, he also caught a touchdown. So I
think this could have been 2 touchdowns, right? Because he fumbled on the goal line.
Yeah, I believe he did. Yeah,
that's fair.
Either way, it doesn't matter. He still had an absolute incredible game, and this guy, I believe, is now leading the league in rushing, if I'm not mistaken.
I think let's take a look real quick. That's fair. Listen, that was one of my guys. That's why I had that tab pulled up. Yeah, he's leading the league, 480 yards.
Yep.
Okay, 1 for 1.
He's back. King Henry's back, and a lot of people said that he wouldn't be what he was with the Titans. They wouldn't use him the same. Even I think Harbaugh came out and said, hey, look, he's not going to run 30 times a game. That's not our game plan. That's not what we're doing. But here he is. They're up. He's getting 24 carries. It looks like he doesn't need 30 carries. All he needs is about 20, 25. And he can go for 200.
Real quick, on that piece, and he was dominating. He's winning guys fantasy leagues just on his performance alone, or fantasy leagues. fantasy weeks just on his performance alone.
Maybe leagues.
We'll see, right? We'll see. But following the game Sunday night, I heard something Monday morning, I think on Sirius XM driving somewhere, and it was like, King Henry, he's back, looks MVP form, looks healthy, looks strong. And I love this piece. It was like, it's end of September, first week in October, and he's running this. Imagine what's going to happen when people have to tackle him come November and December when things get cold and everything gets a little bit more hard. That's why they brought him to Baltimore, because nobody wants to tackle that beast of a man running downhill in 10-degree weather in Baltimore. Think about that, Trey.
Yeah, it's true.
We're gonna see.
It's gonna hurt.
We're gonna see who wants to play physical football come November, December, and I'm like, damn, bro. The Ravens are gonna have a real chance this year if they can stay healthy. I'm not even gonna talk about it. Mark Andrews looks lost, but if they can stay healthy, Derrick Henry's gonna hurt feelings when it gets cold out, bro.
That's what he does. That's what I'm saying. That's what I believe I heard Aaron Rodgers talking about this and Pat McAfee when he was on Aaron Rodgers Tuesday. But he was saying how that Green Bay, when they would get cold, they would break out when Aaron Rodgers would break out his Under Armour little stuff, his little waffle clothes that they were saying, his long johns. They were saying that's when they knew it was really cold. But they were saying that's when they knew the Packers are really going to turn it on, because they knew it was cold and they were going to use that to their advantage that night. They learned how to use that to their advantage. That's what these cold teams have to do. That's what Derrick Henry and the Ravens have to realize. They got to pound these guys, and it's going to be cold. It hurts when you hit in the cold. It does.
There's so many times, whether it's Brady or somebody from the Patriots, where Belichick would not allow them to go inside their dome in Foxborough to practice, knowing it's going to be 10 degrees with negative 20 wind chill. Like, no, we're practicing outside, and here we are 6 rings later, greatest franchise ever. Okay, my second game ball. Really an unbiased pick. It's just warranted. Trey, this guy, I think we kind of touched on it a little week ago. This guy doesn't get love. He's been considered a bust. He's been considered the guy who can't get it done. I'm here to say I actually think he is right on time. Jared Goff, 18 for 18, 292 yards, 2 touchdowns, 155 passer rating. Shout out to Jared Goff. I mean, he was putting it, no drops. The ball never touched the ground when it left his hands. That's impressive. The Lions look good. Jared Goff, man, even though the numbers outside of the completions don't blow you away, that's incredibly impressive. Jared Goff, my second game ball of the week, and you earned it. So enjoy the rock. Take care of the rock, and that's what you did.
Jared Goff, stud, just hanging in there doing what he does. I mean, he's just. I don't please don't take this the wrong way, but he gives more athletic Peyton Manning vibes to me. Like, he just stands back there in the pocket and slings it. He's just gonna stand back there and gun it and dart it right where he needs to his guys. He's got some great receivers that he can get it to. Please don't read into that too much, but it's like a light. There's like some Peyton Manning flashes to him.
You see some flashes, you're saying?
Yes, 100%. Really, watch the next game and just say, hold on a second, let me think about this, and tell me if you see it.
I don't know who I would say Goff reminds me of, but I'll say every time I watch him, at least since he's been in Detroit a lot, even when he had, dude, do you remember 3-4 years ago, probably over there, because I was living in San Diego at the time, the Monday or Sunday night game between them and the Rams, I think in Mexico? Trey, they were saying that was like the game of the year. It was like 47-46. I think they went into overtime. The Rams had their color alternative jerseys on. The Chiefs had their all reds on. And he was balling. Like, this is the greatest. This is the next guy. He's the guy challenging Mahomes for the throne. But I don't know who he reminds me of. I kind of think of like a I'm torn here. I kind of see a little bit of like a Ryan Tannehill, but way better.
Yeah, way better, I would say.
Way better. Oh, way better. Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess what you're saying with Payton. Anyways, who's your second game ball going to?
So here we go. Just to be clear, you got Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield as your two, staying with two QBs. Okay, I got King Henry having the only running back in the Give Me the Rock, and I'm going to be joining you with the quarterbacks from my last
Please.
Give Me the Rock.
You better.
I have to give love, and you better pull up and show the stats.
I already
Sammy
know.
D, Sam Darnold
Wow.
for the Vikings, holding on against the Packers, who I'm very high on. I'm very high on this year, and Jordan Love. He holds on. He throws for 3 touchdowns.
I actually did not
He's
think
leading the He's leading the league in passing touchdowns, y'all. I'm pretty sure. At least tied, I believe.
Is. He absolutely is. He is. And you know who's number 2?
Who's number 2? Pat?
Baker.
Oh, Baker does this too?
No, I was saying like in Tampa. Come on down to Tampa. But yeah, that's funny. Have you seen the like reel about that with Mahomes doing this? And it's like, that's when you know he's in the zone, when he just starts throwing up the fingers.
I know. There's a dude like that directs traffic. He's like walking like this or whatever, directing traffic on the road. It's pretty funny. He did a video. Anyway,
All right, Sam
Darnold.
I mean, that's fair. It's warranted. It would pass. You know what I mean? It's like you propose an idea, it gets accepted for review, like it's on to the next stage. I don't think that's the. I mean, it's your ball, it's your pick, it's your rock.
They're undefeated, 4-0. Do I need to? He was 20 for 28,
Right.
275 yards passing, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Not
He
to
was
mention
balling.
he's going to throw 15 yards on the rush. I mean, come
I
on,
thought-
let's show a little bit of respect here.
I think there's a better pick here, and he sits on your fantasy team. I think the better pick is Jaden Daniels.
Wow.
Jaden Daniels goes into Arizona with this team, blows the doors off Arizona. 26 for 30 is stupid for a rookie. I don't care about the pick. 233 yards in that place. Also added 47 yards and a touchdown on the ground. He is the prominent favorite to win the Rookie of the Year right now.
I want to say he has 4 rushing touchdowns through 4 weeks. Also, the guy.
I mean, I think he's minus like 160 right now to win the Rookie of the Year. Regular season stats, 3 passing touchdowns. Let's look at rushing real quick.
You know what I love about him that I think makes him special, actually. Also, I can't see
4
if
touchdowns.
you're looking at it. If you're showing us, I can't
Oh,
see
you
it.
can't see. I'm just sharing the tab. My bad. Let me.
No, yeah.
Yeah, he's got 4 touchdowns. Four passing touchdowns. Look at this.
4 rushing touchdowns. Yeah. And 4 passing touchdowns. 4 and 4.
But this is crazy right here, dude. Like you look at this, an 82% completion percentage is wild. 897 yards passing. I think that's easily top 10 right now through 4 weeks. Easily. Oh, maybe not.
What I love about him is he's not a scrambling quarterback
Okay, he's
that
12.
can pass.
Okay, I spoke way too fast. He's number 12 behind a
fine.
bunch of guys who have been in the league for a minute.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
He's doing just fine. I mean, he's a rookie. I mean, look at the guys he's behind. All vets, pretty much.
Okay.
He's out of all the rookies, he's definitely doing the best. I'll say.
I don't know if we mentioned this on the podcast, but I know for a fact you and I texted it. I looked it up following their big win in Arizona on Monday when I was driving somewhere. Do you remember we were texting and I said, Commanders plus 700 to win the NFC East?
Yep.
Did we talk about that on the podcast, or was that just a text between you and I?
That was just a text between you and I. And what are they now? Because this was last week before they played the Cardinals.
Yep.
Rob, I believe you even tweeted this. I believe.
Yep. I sure
You
did.
said-
Give me the rock.
You said, "Yep." You said plus 700 for the Commanders. If you can tell us what they are right now, what are they showing right now?
Plus 240.
Wow.
Trey, no. Here's what's crazy. listen to everybody else's odds, and we don't care about the Giants. Like, we love them, but they suck,
yeah,
so they don't count. The Eagles are plus 110. That's crazy to me. Like, the Eagles are whatever. Cowboys are plus 240, and they have the same odds as the Commanders as plus 240. So I read that as they think Philly's going to win the division by one game. They do. They think Philly's going to beat one of those divisional opponents twice, and everybody else is going to split. That's how I interpret that.
Philly sweeps.
Somebody. They either sweep Dallas or they sweep the Commanders, and everybody else splits. Considering the Giants probably
they
suck.
sweep Dallas. They sweep Dallas. Let's be honest.
I'm honestly upset that I said it and didn't put any money on it, because that's the definition of, scared to make money. Plus 240, Trey. We could have got them triple that 6 days ago.
Yeah. Why didn't we do that? Why did we just say it, not do it? That was dumb.
Of course it was. And I would have put at I would have been comfortable with a nice, $100 on that. And if I win $700, Rock and I are getting steaks.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Steaks.
Steaks.
How expensive are those steaks, dog?
Rock's a big dog. He's a bull.
Is he? What is he? Is he a porterhouse guy? New York strip, filet mignon? What is he? What is he?
I mean, he's everything. He's just one of those purebreds. It doesn't matter as long as it's
just meat.
Just meat. Just, I'm not picky. Yeah. Just give me something to eat. He shows up with his bucket, his pail hat every day, puts it on.
Yeah,
and,
hey.
It's
complaining, huh?
He gets that from his father, rightfully so. He's sound asleep right now. He's so lazy, but we'd be eating a whole cow, half a cow, a quarter of a cow. Shout out to Jaden Daniels. I want it. Listen, I have him in my second fantasy league, Trey, and I'm 4-0 in that second league. And I'm like, Jaden Daniels is going to be one of those guys. And then I'm like, hold on. There was another guy in Washington that was also really good that said he was the next Michael Vick and the next Cam Newton. He's going to be the saving grace. So I'm not going to rain on his parade. I'm just like, damn, we got to see it for more than 1 year.
You talking about Kirk Cousins?
I've never heard of his name, but I'm talking about Robert Griffin.
I'm just kidding. But that boy Kirko balling with the dub this week. Anyways, yes.
Big game.
All right, that's our.
Game.
That's the give me the rocks right there. That's the honorable mention. Jaden Daniels looking like the rookie of the year candidate. Do you got an MVP guy right now?
Do I have an MVP guy?
Yeah.
Ooh, I think Josh Allen was probably the prohibited favorite entering week 4. If I am racking and stacking right now, number 1, Trey, I think it's Baker. He beats up on Philly. Philly made the playoffs last year. He beat him in the divisional round. He walks into Detroit. Like, that alone is like, whoa. Now, listen, I'm going to build this case. Trey, I'm going to build this case. I'm not even trying to be a fanboy. He goes into Detroit, beats Jared Goff. They lose in the NFC Championship game because of poor clock management. Great, got it in a bad call. He blows the doors off the guy we're talking about right now. That's probably going to win Rookie of the Year. Blows the doors off him in week 1. Their only loss, Jaden Daniels. Sound pretty good so far?
Yeah.
The only person I think that would contend with that sort of resume so far through 4 weeks is Sam Darnold. He has crazy stats. He's beat up on C.J. Stroud. They beat up on the 49ers and Brock Purdy, and although they didn't have their entire, arsenal of weapons, and then they just get a win over your boy Jordan Love and the Packers, and I'm missing a team, but that's impressive from Sam Darnold. I think Kevin O'Connell's probably the leading coach for Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I don't know.
Him or McDonald in Seattle's looking good so far. If Seattle can keep doing what they're doing as a first-year coach, I mean, that's impressive. Also, I want to ask this
Dan
too.
Quinn? Dan Quinn?
Well, of course. I mean, honestly, going into this year, I would have said that would be maybe top 3 for me going into this. I want to ask this: the Ravens started off 0-2 on the season. I believe only 5 or 6 teams have ever made the playoffs after starting 0-2.
No.
Swear.
That can't be right.
Swear.
What's your point, though? You think they're not going to make the playoffs?
Do you think they're going to make the playoffs?
Yeah. The NFC North right now, the AFC North right now is kind of just Browns are trash. Bengals, maybe they figured out. Steelers got their first loss to Indy this week. They're a game back of the Steelers, and are we saying through 4 weeks we don't think Baltimore is going to split or take both from the Steelers? I wouldn't say that. Now, the bigger question I would have about the Baltimore Ravens is Lamar actually going to show up in the playoffs this year? Like,
how many years are we going to do this?
Trey,
How many years are we going to do this where we see Baltimore in the playoffs and we say, hey, this is the year. This is the year Lamar's finally ready. He's finally going to do it. This is the guy. He's going to show up. He's going to lead them to the Super Bowl. He's going to have this great playoff. And then he comes out there and performs good for a quarter and then comes up short. How many years are we going to do this?
We did this a podcast or 2 ago. I have a question for you. And I think I have the perfect answer. I really think this is perfect.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you and I'll tell you my answer. The NBA comparison for Lamar Jackson is...
It's got to be Russ, right?
I don't actually think that's a bad pick. It's not my pick, but I don't think it's a bad pick.
The only... like... Ant, maybe, but...
Fellas, stay hydrated. Element.
Element. Okay, I hear you. That's the good stuff right there.
Continue. Russell, you think Westbrook?
Shout out to Element. Element, if you want to sponsor the channel, let us know.
Boys,
we'll take free packets.
Get us now, get us early, get us often, get us constantly. I take things to the moon. And I don't stop. I don't stop. Element to the moon.
Yeah, get yours today.
You think Westbrook, that's actually a decent pick. You're getting better at this, but I actually think the right pick here. Ready?
This dude really tries to CJ Stroud me. It's disgusting.
Jimmy
All right,
Butler.
let's hear it. Jimmy Butler?
Jimmy Butler. Every fucking year, Jimmy Butler, oh my God, he's going to end you. He's going to end you. When we see him in the playoffs, the dude makes 2 NBA Finals and can't win shit. I mean, I actually think he's a little bit more decorated, only he doesn't have MVPs and Lamar has 2. But there's almost love. It's like he can do no wrong.
You know who it is? I got another one.
Can I guess?
Yes.
Is he still playing?
Yes. What do you mean Russ is still playing? That's crazy. That's how trash Russ is now. That Robbie's saying is he's still playing.
Wait, you said you have another one.
I do have another one.
So I was saying, is this second player still playing?
Yeah, yes.
And hold on, before we go any further, we will not bash on Russell Westbrook. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, one of the greatest players ever.
I'll always bash on Russell Westbrook. He's a bum. Anyways, let's keep moving on. But before I have to prove you wrong. The second player, he better not have a championship ring because Lamar doesn't. No.
I think
it's a guy
Devin
that
Booker.
everybody thinks is going to lead a team to a championship. A young guy, a guy that
Zion Williams.
What?
Zion.
No. It's a guy that is got some skill. He's flashy. He's quick. He's shifty.
He's quick shift. Oh, Trey, this is actually a great pick. Ja?
No.
Wow. Ja would have been an incredible pick from you. You should.
There's an even better one. We should cut this. It should be Ja for you, but continue. There's an even better one. We'll keep it going, and we're back. How we doing?
No, that was a joke. I want to keep that in because that would have been a great pick.
No, I know. All right, and we're back. And all right, no, it's a guy in a big city.
You gotta stop. You gotta stop. Please don't say Jalen Brunson.
Jalen Brunson.
Oh, you're such a hater.
It's a guy that everybody thinks is going to lead a team to a championship, and it's never going to happen.
Honestly, I don't know if anybody thinks he's going to get him a ring.
Who?
I don't know if anybody thinks Jalen Brunson's gonna win the win.
What do you mean? Everybody's freaking out about this cat trade, acting like they just got better.
Okay, pause. Prior to that trade, or even prior until this upcoming season, nobody thought Jalen Brunson's gonna win the Knicks a ring. Nobody.
The Knicks think that. All the Knicks fans think that.
That's fair. You're saying that fan base is delusional.
What? Stephen A. Smith is a fan of them, of course. What are we talking about?
Hey, Jalen Brunson is nice.
Okay, and you think he's ever going to win them a Super Bowl? I mean, a championship?
No.
Okay. Do you think Lamar Jackson's ever going to win the Ravens a Super Bowl?
I think he has a better chance than Jalen Brunson.
Not as long as Boston Celtics are the best team in the East.
No. Lamar has a better chance than Jalen Brunson.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No. Not as long as Pat Mahomes is in the AFC.
I agree, but here's why I say it. Because that's a 7-game series, and all you need to do is one game. One game you can get by a guy. Fumbles, turnovers, defense, special teams. All it takes is one wrong kick or something. But Trey, I had this conversation, and I love that we're just off script right here. I had this conversation about 3-4 years ago when I was still in the Marines with about 20 of my guys. We're waiting around. It's about 3:30, 3:45. We're waiting to leave work, okay? We're just bullshitting, guy talk, locker room talk, and somehow we got on this conversation of like what is and is not hard in sports. I was probably 1 verse 10, thinking I'm the only guy that knows sports in this one particular argument, and I said something like, you guys are crazy. The NFL is by far the hardest sport to win a championship in. And all of these guys were like, no. I was like, you're stupid. Quarterback, and this is actually the second layer of this conversation that even got more escalated. I said, quarterback is by far the hardest position to play in professional sports. And all these guys were like, no way. And I was like, okay, I'm done. I'm going home.
What were they saying, though? What was their argument? Like, give me an example of what they were saying.
Oh, the second most common answer was catcher.
Catcher?
Catcher. And I was like, listen, I get it. You guys aren't athletic. You can't run a mile. You can't. We're talking about Marines here. I was like, you guys just don't know sports if you think catcher. You think catcher. Like, no.
Yeah, as long as your pitcher's good, you just...
Anyways, side conversation, sidebar.
Anyways, Lamar Jackson's never going to win the Ravens a Super Bowl, and Jalen Brunson will never win the Knicks a championship. That's the point of this.
I actually cannot wait for the NBA, just to say that out there. I know we're not bleeding into that combo, but the Celtics are going back-to-back.
Robbie, we're going to absolutely dog y'all this year. I hope y'all know that. You know we're coming back. You know we are the best team in the West. I hope you know that. We are.
You guys have like the 4th or 5th best odds to come out of the West.
Yeah, that's because Vegas disrespects us.
Trey, I'm going to ask you something, and I want you to be as unbiased as possible. This is still a lot of mentoring and learning going on from me to you, and that's okay. What do you think changes if we do see you guys again in the playoffs? What changes? Like, Trey, tell me why the Mavericks have a chance this time around.
Because we have guys who have experience of being in the finals. Now that matters, okay?
Okay.
That have been on that run and have been that deep into the playoffs, okay? What y'all have done before, y'all went to the finals and lost. Remember that?
To the greatest shooting backcourt of all time.
Oh my gosh! But when we lost to them, guess who we lost to that year? It was them in the Western Conference Finals. So I mean, everybody wants to hate on us, but we've been to the Western Conference Finals twice in the past 3 years.
Let's leave the Warriors out of this. We see y'all again. What changes? I'll tell you what.
We're gonna dog y'all. We got Klay Thompson. We got more shooting on the outside. We're gonna change up our defensive schemes. We got new defensive players in. We got Najee in. Like we're good, bro. We made moves. We're good.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are gonna compete for the.
What changes for y'all?
Oh, we don't need to change anything. I mean, we just brought in an absolute freak athlete, Lonnie Walker.
Lonnie Walker.
What changes for us? Trey, you guys now have 3 starters that can't play defense. Kyrie is a liability. Any switch, pick and roll, put his ass in the paint. Luka is gassed after game 1.
He was hurt.
Yeah, that's not going to change. He's not built for the postseason. He's not
He
built
was bleeding out of his. Yes,
he's not built for a 100-game season.
I'm not taking Luka disrespect this early. It is October 2nd. I'm not taking it.
And then what we're going to say is Klay Thompson, 34, 35 years old, coming off, I don't know, a season-ending injury 2 years ago, is going to be able to say, go lock up Jaylen Brown. Go lock up Drew Holiday. Go lock up Derek White. He's going to be like this 10 minutes in. And
Derek
then
White.
Peyton Pritchard is better than Kyrie today.
Oh, no.
He's better than him today.
Peyton Pritchard. Anyways. Good talk about Boston.
Trey, I don't see. I mean, we're not going to spend too much time, but I don't know.
Y'all might not make it to the playoffs. Y'all might be in the play-in.
Right. The only thing that is preventing us from going back-to-back is injuries or health.
What is that not the same thing?
It's the same thing.
Okay.
Literally, like, God forbid one of these, like Porzingis, they're saying is recovering faster. He could be back by November or December. Horford's coming back. We are so deep in the 1 through 4, it's stupid. Like,
yeah.
Honestly, we could sit Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown every other night and still probably get the 1 seed, but I digress.
Are you serious? Stop that.
We probably could. I digress. Let's go back to the NFL.
Let's pick Week 5.
You want to get right into Week 5?
Let's get into it. We're an hour in. Let's get into it. Let's get our picks. Here we are.
I think you guys are going to take fucking... If he's there, I think you guys are going to take old buddy from Colorado.
Travis Hunter?
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, I think that might happen.
That would be amazing.
Does he play corner or wide out for y'all?
Here's what I think. I've been really thinking about this because I'm like, hold on. The more I watch the games, I'm like, hold on a second. He could actually play both ways. But it's not going to be like, all right, here comes Travis Hunter playing wide receiver and corner this game. That's not how it's going to work.
It's just
he's gonna play a little bit of wide receiver. He's going to play a little bit of corner. He ain't about to be out there for whole, 4 drives in a row at wide receiver and then like 4 drives in a row at corner. You know what I'm saying? It's like he'll spot play.
Well, what does he start at? You heard what Richard Sherman said.
What?
He's like, no, he's gonna play corner in the big leagues, bro. He can't. He doesn't have the route tree as a wide out. Because obviously he played corner. He's a Hall of Famer.
Here's the thing though, like every time I'm like, oh, he's gonna play wide receiver, I just think about how nice he is at corner. So like he definitely has to play corner.
Well, yeah, that's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. They're like, because Richard Sherman's like, listen, man, like, and I respect that. Like, it's not like he played old line talking about a corner. It's like, listen, I look at it from the lens of a football player. He can do both. I look at it at what looks more natural, and I think what carries over to the NFL. It's corner. Richard Sherman's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah. Oh, whoa.
You don't think so?
A first ballot Hall of Famer, Richard Sherman?
Yeah.
You're telling me Richard Sherman
Keep this
is a
pod.
first ballot Hall of Famer?
We can rewind up until I said I think the Panthers are going to take your boy Travis Hunter and just let this roll, but I think he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, yes.
But T.O. was not.
Well, I think
I know that's a different
T.O.
position, but still.
Terrell Owens, in my opinion, easily should have been. He's a top 3 wide receiver of all time. That is up for debate, but I think the statistics say otherwise. Yeah, but I think Richard Sherman's a first ballot Hall of Famer. Trey, I don't know the stats off my head, so I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, Richard Sherman. But, like, there was a period of the time where you didn't throw his way for a good 5 years.
5 years is wild. Maybe 3, though. I'll give you 3.
Okay,
It was the Legion of Boom, though. They had Cam Chancellor? Was that his name? He was a dog at safety. They had Bobby Wagner. Like you could, their pass.
5-time Pro Bowler, 3-time All-Pro, 1-time Super Bowl champs, Hall of Fame All 2010 team. Is that a resume? I don't know. I think it's gonna be close. I think it's going to be real close. You know what I think hurt him is he started to get hurt a little bit there towards like the back end of his career.
He got soft and he started getting roasted.
That's actually a really good. I don't know, Trey. I think he's going to find him. First
ballot Hall of Famer is crazy to say.
So
bro.
You know how difficult first team All Pro is. Like
yes.
You are the best at your position, and there's only 2 corners. So for 3 years... Okay, Trey, let me ask you this. Trey. Is CMC a Hall of Famer?
Yes.
Why?
You want to know why, Robbie? Because
I asked you.
He's one of 3 running backs in NFL history to have 1,000 receiving yards and 1,000 rushing yards in the same season.
Pause. I am not picking sides with Christian McCaffrey. He's a stud. He reminds me a lot of myself. Richard Sherman was a 5-time Pro Bowler and 3-time All-Pro. On present day, October 2nd, about to turn October 3rd. CMC is a 3-time Pro Bowler and 2-time All-Pro with a 2023 Offensive Player of the Year and a 2023... Oh, it's the same award. Okay, they're just repeating it twice. So those statistics are better or worse than Sherman's?
I mean, I don't know. Do you think Offensive Player of the Year is a big deal, or does Sherman have a Defensive Player of the Year?
No.
All right.
Listen, I gun to my head, I think CMC is going to finish in the Hall of Fame for sure.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, I would agree with you. I would agree with you, but I think what starts to happen is you look. I'm just looking right now. 2020 he played 3 games. 2021 he played 7 games. 2022 he only played 6 games. Like this year he hasn't played, so that's 4 seasons down the drain right there. He's been in the league since 17. He's entering his 8th year. Like you really only played 5 full seasons.
And he was that dominant.
It is crazy. That is crazy, though. All right.
And he's a white running back, Robbie. He ain't even supposed to be doing that. He's not allowed to be doing that.
He's the shiftiest white running back ever.
Ever.
With great hands.
He's the only white running back with some shift in his get up. But yeah, anyways.
All right, we're doing the thing. This is where we start to put some separation between Trey and I. This is where the men start to shine. This is where, where we really just, why is it not? Okay, my apologies.
Share the screen.
This is where we get going, Trey. Let's start it off early. Let's stay hot, stay ready, stay firing, stay hot. Give me the rock. Thursday night football. Tampa's traveling up to Atlanta. Atlanta's minus 1.5. Huge divisional game. What do you think? Bucks plus 1.5.
Yeah, sorry. I'm watching. I'm looking at this and I'm like, wait, Atlanta's minus 1.5. What are we talking about here? I don't care if it's in Atlanta. I don't care if no Buccaneers fans were allowed to even go to the game. Give me the Buccaneers money line and to cover, obviously. Yeah, so give me the money line. I think the Buccaneers win 24-13. I'll give you that. How about that?
It's funny because Chuck, who you and I both know, texted me, I think, Sunday night and was like, big game. I didn't know what he was talking about. I was like, what game? And, he's a Falcons fan. I said literally the exact same thing you just said. I said, Atlanta is -2 and when I was looking at it, I don't understand this line, truthfully. I mean, I know being at home typically means 3 points, but I don't get it. I mean, I guess this is basically saying this is a pick'em, so you should obviously bet the Bucks money line. So I'm going to be with you too. I got Bucks money line, and we'll keep that running. Second game, Jets, Vikings, New York, traveling to Minnesota. Minnesota's getting 2.5. That's an odd line too. Interesting. What do you think?
With all the drama speculating around the Jets right now, is Devontae Adams going to go? Is he not going to go? I don't know. Was Aaron Rodgers in on it? I'm not sure. The Vikings are hot. Something about the Jets I'm just not gelling with right now. They do need to make a move, but like getting a Devontae Adams to spice up that offense a little bit, I think. Breece Hall doesn't have the same pep in his step that he had in the past years. Give me the Vikings to cover -2.5.
So you got Vikings money line. Is that what you said?
Yep, Vikings money line and spread. I think they win by 3.
Yeah, I think they cover. I think they cover.
Something's in the air.
I agree. I think the Vikings are just a better team. I think they actually believe they're a good team now. I think Sam Darnold's probably like, I'm better than Aaron Rodgers, rightfully so. And I don't know. That was an ugly loss. The fact that Aaron Rodgers is only able to put up 9 points against a rookie quarterback in his home stadium, I didn't love that. It doesn't look good. Robert Saleh, he's on the hot seat. That's a different conversation.
100%.
Huge game for a variety of reasons. There's going to be storylines all over this because you guys traded him, basically traded away the future of your quarterback. Panthers on the road in Chicago, -4 Chicago. What do you think?
I'm not going for this bull crap anymore. I'm not listening to it. All the Bears fans wanted to talk trash about us the whole time we made this trade. We gave up so much. We did all this bull crap. Here's the deal. If the Panthers would have just chose C.J. Stroud, everything would have been a little bit better for us. We chose the wrong guy. We drafted bad. We didn't make a bad trade. Okay, with that being said, we're going to smash the Bears. We owe them a butt whooping. Give me Carolina covering and money line. I think we win this game. We show Caleb Williams a happy welcome to the NFL. And Andy Dalton goes in there and slings it. Hey, facing another one of his former teams. Another one of his former teams going in there motivated. Give me Andy Dalton and the Panthers.
Yeah, I'll keep it quick. I'm probably going to lose money bet on the Panthers again. I don't think the Bears are figured. I don't think they figured it out yet. I think they will figure it out. It'll take time. I think the Panthers are starting to figure out more and more. I think the Panthers are starting to figure out more and more who they are and what type of football they need to play to be competitive. I saw something, though, Trey, and you probably know better than I would. The Panthers are very banged up, aren't they, on the defensive side?
Yeah, we are a little bit, but we did we lost Derek Brown. He's out. We lost Shaq Thompson. He's out, torn Achilles, I believe.
No.
But we did, yeah. But we did just bring in Caleb Farley, the former cornerback for the Titans, and hopefully he can spice it up for us a little bit and get some coverage out there. But we are definitely banged up.
Ravens divisional game traveling down to Cincinnati. Baltimore's 2.5 in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I think I got to go with the Ravens here. They started 0-2, but they figured it out and got back on track. I think the Bengals just look sloppy. I think Zach Taylor is absolutely on the hot seat. his time in Cincinnati is numbered. And give me the Ravens.
Yeah, I'm going to take Cincy money line. I think it's a letdown game. Baltimore got their win. They know they can play with anybody. I don't think Cincy is going to allow 200 yards to Derrick Henry. Cincy got the win they needed just to get a win in the win column against the feisty Panthers. Also, I just need to create separation. We can't have 3 picks in a row that obviously look familiar, so I'm going to go Cincy money line. Dolphins, Panthers.
Patriots.
Dolphins, Patriots, my bad. Miami traveling up to Foxborough. Pick them. -1, 36.5 over-under. What do you think?
I just feel like the Patriots are going to go in here and dominate. Gerard. How does he say it? Gerard? Yeah.
Same.
Gerard Mayo. Yeah, whatever. Gerard Mayo said that, hey, Stevenson's got to wake up. We might be starting Gibson because Stevenson's been fumbling. That's a wake-up call to everybody. That's letting him know, whoa, he's going to bench Ramondre. Hold on a second. That means if I'm messing up, he could bench me. I think everybody wakes up a little bit on the Patriots, tightens up a little bit. Dolphins. I don't know. Make a trade. Please come get Bryce from us. We'll take a jar of sand.
Now, I agree with you. I think Pats win this game, but as a Patriots fan, we haven't spent a lot of time on the Patriots, so I wanna talk to you about where I'm at as a fan.
I love that.
Thank you. Week 1 threw me off. Week 2 threw me off because we beat Cincinnati, and then we really challenged Seattle. Probably should have won that. Last 2 games, we've looked terrible against the Jets, and we weren't competitive against 49ers. We had so many mistakes, false starts, can't block nobody. So I think this could be the last time we see Jacoby Brissett starting, at least with the Patriots, pending an injury, God forbid. I think we could see Drake May in Week 6, and I want to see it. And here's why I want to see it, Trey. I really just want to see what we got. And if we're 2-15, I'm not surprised by that. If we're 3-14 or 4-13, I'm not surprised by any bad record this year. But what I want to know as a fan, Trey, is do we got a guy or do we not? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Do we need to draft a left tackle? Do we need to draft a Travis Hunter? Do we need to draft I just need to know, do we have a quarterback that just needs more? But more of what? A run game, blocking, a little bit of everything? We just need to know, is he competent rather than entering next year and we spend a high draft pick on a position that will probably help us, but we still don't know if the number one position to really help build a team or get you there is the guy. And I don't know if any fan base, I'm trying to not be, overly, I think, high expectations. I don't know if any fan base knows if their guy is their guy in year 1. Like, I think this was the year for you to be like, Bryce isn't the guy. But I think in the NFL, when you're drafted that high, at least in my expectations, it's like, okay, you have 1 year to learn the ropes. And in that 1 year, show me flashes. Year 2, progression. And by year 3, you have, like with Mac Jones, it has to be clear as day. You're our guy or you're not our guy. And that year 3, I think, is on a 4 to 5 game leash. I even think that's shorter when you're drafted top 5. Like, I think Caleb Williams and Bryce and Jaden Daniels and Anthony Richardson, I think these guys probably have like 24 games total to prove if they're the guy, and that's probably what Bryce had. I just want to see, what does Drake May got? I know he's faster. He has a big arm. He's athletic. He's a very likable dude. Put him in there. I understand the Patriots narrative, and a lot of fans, like Gronk said it this week, and Gerard and a bunch of other former players, you don't put him in because he's going to be running for his life. He's going to get hit. It's going to, make his confidence kind of go down the drain. Listen, man, the right guy is just going to view that as another challenge. The right guy is going to make plays. The right guy is going to figure out a way to just get shit done. Not win games, but he's an athlete, man. Like, I'm sure he dominated in high school, dominated at Carolina. He knows what a hit is, and that's why I think you obviously put more pressure on the offensive line. You put pressure on the head coach. Hey, protect our guy that we drafted number 3. So I just want to know, what should I get excited about in the 2025 draft? Right now, we're like projected the number 2 or 3 pick. I just want to know, who should we take?
I got a question. before we move on?
Yeah.
Can Gerard Mayo do any wrong? Is there something that
Ooh.
tells you, hey, he's not the guy? That maybe he's not the guy. Is it?
Great question. Yeah, I mean, can he do wrong? Sure. I think everybody is able to be, criticized for their lack of any coach. What I think wrong looks like for the Patriots is if he loses the locker room, guys stop playing hard. I don't think that's the case yet. I think the defense still has a lot of aggression and excitement when they play. Jabril Peppers and Christian Gonzalez are bright spots for us. I think what he can do wrong is maybe lack of game planning, not giving Drake May an early enough shot. But I think what I think he's going to have this entire year to, fall on his sword, if you will. He's going to have the entire year to do good, do bad, learn from it. And then year 2, I think it's going to be like, welcome to the big leagues and, one of the most well-known franchises in the world. We need to see progression. What's your, like Gerard, what's your thought here? Are we a defensive team that plays really aggressive football with lockdown corners? Do we have defensive ends that get after the quarterback? Are we a run-heavy team? What is your thought? I don't think he quite knows it because we don't have all the ingredients to really put a team on paper that can compete right now. I think he's just trying to play competent, physical, disciplined football, and we're not there yet because we don't have the pieces. But, I mean, you've been in this situation. I'm not poking fun. You've been in this situation. You just want to know as a fan with your team, what direction are we heading? What are we? Right? Like, the time after Cam is a very tough time.
The time with Cam was a very tough time, if we're being honest.
Some of it.
Well, every other year, I should say.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want to know.
But yes, I'll say this: you know when it's wrong. I can tell you that much.
I agree.
It's hard. It's hard to when. It's hard to be like, hey, this is right now. Like, trust me. But you can definitely be like, this is not.
You know what makes it hard though. What does make it hard? You definitely brought up a great point. You know when it's wrong. It's hard to know what's wrong when you're really bad.
Yeah.
Like when you know you're going to be a 2 or 3 win team, and fans and even the locker room and whoever the media is critiquing it. It's like, well, we know the Patriots aren't good, but why aren't they good beyond just not having the players or the talent? Yeah. Like, what is a great coach like an Andy, and I don't know, just hypothetically, what does Andy Reid do with this team? Does he get them to 6 wins? Does he get them to 7 wins? I don't know. Yeah. So that's where it's like, Mayo, you got the entire year to start building a foundation and start building a culture. I don't think it's do it your way. It's not the Belichick way, do your job. That's for damn sure. Yeah. So we'll see. But we'll keep it going. Great question. I appreciate that.
Yep. Thanks for sharing, pal.
Browns, Commanders. I'm not even going to get into the Browns. But Washington -3 at home. Jaden Daniels, another time to get busy. What do you think?
I'm done doubting Jaden Daniels. I'm done doubting Dan Quinn, and I'm done doubting the Commanders. I said it last week. It's looking like this team could win the division, and then I go and pick the Cardinals to beat them. I'm not doing that anymore. I don't trust the Browns at all. Listen, Deshaun Watson is not going to win football games unless y'all let him start getting massages again. That just is what it is. I'm not saying it's right. It's just a fact. It is what it is. The guy is pitiful without him. He doesn't know what to do. He's just lost on a football field, just collecting way too much money from the Browns. The Browns got to feel so dumb about that. Any quarterback who wants to get paid guaranteed money can thank Deshaun Watson for ruining that for him forever. Give me the Commanders. Jaden Daniels keeps going. I love everything they're doing over there.
Deshaun needs them Diddy parties.
Oh, he's probably on the list.
He's got to be on the list. You mentioned guys that you didn't really give any game balls to. I have a third honorable mention for game ball. Knock on wood if you're with me. Cliff Kingsbury. Walked into his stadium, his old team, blew the doors off them. He's got Jaden Daniels looking incredible. Washington's excited. Cliff Kingsbury is buzzing. The offense looks good. So shout out to him. He's going to get another crack at a head coaching job. I guarantee it, whether it's this year or next year. Shit, maybe it's in the Washington job. Who knows how long Dan Quinn stays there? But if things continue to progress, listen, I'm going to say it like this. I'll spend a little bit of time here because I think this is just exciting football. It's fun. Watching Jaden Daniels is fun. If they go 9-8 this year, everybody returns. There's no pressure. Everybody's like, congratulations, job well done. Then expectations start to sit in. I think Cliff Kingsbury could obviously find a head coaching job if they go 9-8 this year because typically there's about 5 to 7 head coaching positions open every single year in the offseason. Or I think he could be like, no way, I'm going to win an MVP with Jaden Daniels, or I'm going to make a divisional round game with Jaden Daniels or whatever. And Dan Quinn, he's a player's coach. We saw it last year in Dallas. Micah Parsons was incredible, and the Dallas defense was probably best in the league. Players wanted to play for him. He leaves. Dallas defense doesn't look even remotely close to the same. Washington is having fun. Dan Quinn is a player's coach. He curses every other word. Cliff Kingsbury is the opposite. All he wants to do is coach the offense, draw up some crazy plays with Jaden Daniels. He brought in a bunch of veterans. They have some pieces on the outside. They brought in Austin Eckler. Terry McLaurin is capable. Brian Robinson is capable. And Jaden Daniels apparently is like, this is easy. So Cliff Kingsbury is going to get into the job. I don't know which team. That'll be a next segment, but he'll definitely
find a New York team.
Yeah, I mean, what I will say is I think he's going to be like, you know what? I started head coaching. I came from the college ranks. I had to go back to the college ranks. Now here I am in the NFL again. What is it that I need? I need one thing, Trey. What is he going to demand wherever he goes next?
QB.
100%. So whoever that is, maybe it's a guy coming out of the draft this year. Wouldn't surprise me. Maybe he's looking at Shedeur Sanders or Cam Ward or Beck in Georgia, and he's like, wherever he ends, that's where I want to go. And I'm sure the team that is going to be looking for a coach is thinking the same thing. And let me pair these young 2 quarterbacks. Look what they just did in Jaden Daniels. So absolutely. Divisional game, Anthony Richardson against an 0-4 Jags heading to Jacksonville. However, Jacksonville is getting 3 in their stadium. What do you think?
Yeah, give me the Colts. The Colts are getting disrespected, and honestly, they should have won more games than they have. The Jags will be. Are they the only team without a win?
I think so. Yes.
Yep, and they'll stay that way. The Jags are the worst team. Doug Peterson, you were on the hot seat, my friend.
Fuck yeah. I'm on the opposite end of this. I think Jags are going to win. I think they win big. I think Anthony Richardson maybe plays due to the injury. Anthony Richardson is Trey. He's trending towards bust.
Robbie, he played 16 games from his high school to NFL career.
He's a bust for reasons that shouldn't. These are the reasons he shouldn't be a bust. He can't do the basics, and I know that sounds like, well, of course he's a bust because of that. But like, he can do what almost 28 other quarterbacks cannot do. Trey, he probably runs a 4.445. He's built like a freak. He can throw it 70, 80, 90 yards. He's in that rare category of freak status, but he can't throw checkdowns. He can't throw standard underneaths. He can't.
He's got bad fundamentals.
Bad fundamentals. He can't read a defense. He can't protect the ball. He can't slide right. It's like, bro, you are so gifted in some of these areas. I'm a fan because he's on my fantasy team, and it's like, dude, they have a good coach too in from Philly.
Steichen.
Shane Steichen. Thank you. And he did good things last year with Gardner Minshew. They were tough all year, and it's like, he's looking at Anthony Richardson like, brother, you just got to stop shooting us in the foot. And I don't know, because of Steichen alone, I'm hopeful that I think, okay, he just needs more reps. He needs an entire season. Last year, he barely played. The Gators, he was so freaky. He only played like 1 real full season. Yeah. So give him some time, but I don't know. He's patience. But like I said, man, what is patience? 18 games, 24 games? Depends what fan base, but to me, it's like 24 games. You got to know or not know if this is your guy.
Yeah.
Good game here. Bills are traveling to Houston. Buffalo -1.
Yeah. I don't know what it is in my gut, and I didn't feel this until I just looked at this game right now, but something is telling me, listen to your heart, and I'm going with the Texans. to cover and win outright. I think C.J. Stroud has a phenomenal game here. Him and Nico Collins. I think I've seen a stat that C.J. obviously, but QBs are rated. Their QBR is like 108.8 or something like that when throwing to Nico Collins. If that makes sense to y'all, if y'all know what that means, there you go. What that means to me is when you throw to that boy Nico, he's catching the ball, okay, and he's taking it. It ain't going anywhere else. He's a freak. The guy's solid. He's the most consistent receiver. They got Stephon Diggs. Tank Dell hasn't even got going yet, and he's been a little banged up, but still. Joe Mixon coming back this week, I believe.
Is he?
I like the Texans.
Is he coming back this week?
Yeah, I believe he is. He's trending towards that way.
So you think this is the game C.J. Stroud says, I'm here? This is the game that y'all are going to remember me this year. I'm crazy.
This is going to be an absolute shootout, 47.5, and I love the over.
I actually
this being a 1 p.m. game is actually crazy to me.
Yeah, I know, right? But here's the thing. I'm with you. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. I think Texans win. I think they cover, obviously, -1. Of course, they have to. But I think it's going to be more than that. I think it's going to get carried away. I think Texans probably win by 10 or more. And I'm going to put that on here because if I do, I'm going to take double the points.
All right, 1.5 points for you.
-10. That would be only because, listen, man, I know the Bills just got the doors blown off them, but they got the doors blown off them in Baltimore. And then they're going to go to a short week, or they're going to fly back to Buffalo. Then they're going to fly to Houston. Houston's coming off a comeback win from Jacksonville, and I think they're starting to figure out how they need to play complementary football. If they get Mixon back, that's huge. But C.J. Stroud has just been he hasn't hit that next level, and so far this season, he's incredible. I think this could be the game where he goes off. I also think if Mixon comes back, they're going to look at what they did to exploit the Bills. The Bills are kind of banged up, man. The Bills, I love that the Raiders are next. The Bills need to go get Devontae Adams.
I would love that.
They need to.
That would be incredible.
Josh Allen, and maybe it's a financial thing. Obviously, I don't know their books, but Josh Allen needs a guy he can look down the field and say, that's my number one receiver. I don't know if it has to be a guy that's worth 10 or 25, 30 million, but Trey, who's his number one receiver? Don't say Dalton Kincaid.
No, it's Shakir.
Yeah, right?
Shakir.
But is it though? Is it every game it's somebody different?
Yeah, I guess. Here's my thing. You look at Devontae Adams, they say the Steelers. I'm like, Steelers? No, why?
Yeah,
I guess, Justin Fields, but I'm good. I don't think they're a contender, so I don't even want to see that. Then you say the Jets, and it's like, okay, if he goes to the Jets and goes back with Aaron Rodgers, it's like, well, he's doing the same thing they've already done. We've already seen it. What if it doesn't work again? You know what I'm saying? What if it's not the same? Now, as soon as that happens, then there's going to be drama over there. It's not going to work. Then everybody's going to be like, well, this ain't working now, so now what are we going to do? So they're giving up there. It's the perfect place for him to go to the Bills. If he was to go to the Bills, that would immediately make them contenders, and they would be special again. That would be absolutely insane if he did that.
I read on Twitter that apparently he is requested or asked the two teams that he get traded to are either the New Orleans Saints or the New York Jets. He played college ball and in the NFL with Carr. That's his guy, and Rodgers is his guy. I just don't really understand the dynamic in the Jets other than them having another weapon. But it's what does that do? Does it ruffle feathers with Garrett Wilson? Does it ruffle feathers with Breece Hall? Does Robert Saleh know how to handle all those personalities and all that talent? If they come up short and don't make a conference championship, is he immediately gone? Yeah. I don't know, man. It's just adding more chaos to something that's already chaotic. I don't get it, but we'll see. Broncos, Raiders traveling up to Denver. Denver -2.5. Interesting game here. Divisional game.
Yeah. Very interesting. I'm going to go with the Broncos. I think Bo Nix slowly gets better every week. I think the Broncos defense is nice. And listen, they got Sean Payton. He didn't leave. He's still that guy. He's still smart. He still knows what he's doing. So I'm going with the Broncos here.
They're 2-2. They're 2-2. They're coming off back-to-back wins. They blew out the Bucs. Nobody saw that coming. Now they go into the Jet Stadium and win against Rodgers. I'm with you. I think they can figure out a way to get it done in their home stadium. Cardinals 49ers. Cardinals are traveling to San Fran. San Fran -7.
Give me the Cardinals here with the upset. I think Kyler Murray has a big game. I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is an absolute dog. I mean, we all knew that to begin with, but he's just taking strides in the NFL. I think they do it. I think they have the defense to keep up, and they definitely have the offensive firepower. I think they could end up giving the 49ers a run for their money.
I like it. I wouldn't be surprised if Arizona does pull it out. They're pesky, and what's odd though is they're not consistent. They play good games against Detroit. They play good games against the Rams. No, they blew out the Rams. Excuse me. Yeah, they blew out the Rams. Well, yeah, they played. The Bills, and they blew out the Rams. So yeah, they played a good game, but it wasn't a good game, is what I was trying to say. So I wouldn't be surprised if they get up and win this game. I'll take the 49ers at money line, but I will take Cardinals +7. Another good game that I'm excited for, maybe just because I like watching Sean McVay. I think he's one of the best coaches in the league, and also LaFleur is one of the best coaches in the league. Packers traveling to the Rams. Green Bay is getting -3.
Yeah. Did see a stat that I did not like. Malik Willis, 2-0. Jordan Love, 0-2. And
Crazy,
that is
right?
my guy. And I love the Packers, but yeah, give me the Packers here. I'm staying with the Packers. I think the Packers get a big win, big momentum win to set them in the right trajectory for the rest of the season. Jordan Love finally has a big game and gets his first dub of the season.
Yeah, I'm going to be on the other end. I'm going to take Rams +3 and money line. It just happens, man. It happens when you never expect it. Rams beat the 49ers. That shouldn't happen. Last week they lose to Chicago. You and I know we talked about that game, Trey. I remember it clear as day now that I'm saying this. And now this week you're going to look up and somehow the Rams have beat the beat the Packers, and somehow they're 1 or 2 game back from the division. McVay and Stafford, they just figure out a way. I hear Kupp is getting close to a return, and Puka's probably not too far behind him. So I'm going to take the Rams money line here. Giants, Seahawks. Giants traveling to Seattle. Seattle laying 6.5. What do you think?
Seahawks.
Seattle 6.5.
Yep. Seattle everything. I love Seattle. I love their coach. I like what they're building. I think they got the right thing going on over there.
Yeah, they're tested. I'm going to go to Seattle too, although I only say that because I think Malik Neighbors is questionable, and if he was guaranteed 100%, no bumps, no bruises, I would actually be on the other end of this and say give me the points with the Giants. Just because I think he could get a backdoor cover touchdown and they go from a 14-point game to a 7. They go for 2. Next thing you know, it's 6. But until I know that, then I'm going to take Seattle -6.5 too. I'll agree though. Seattle, man, they're tough. They played in that game. They were in that entire game up until about 3 minutes left against Detroit. They arguably could have won it pending that 4th down call. They're tough. Cowboys, Steelers, man, so many big reasons for this game. Cowboys are going to hate themselves if they lose. Cowboys are traveling up to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is getting 2.5.
This is the must-win for the Cowboys. They have to win this game or their season is looking grim. I like the Steelers. I like the way they've been playing. I think they've been playing tough, but I have to go with the Cowboys here. I think the Cowboys pull it out. I think this could be one of those Cowboys games where they come out and win 45-15 and they just absolutely explode and something crazy happens and they just do it. And then next week they lose. But I do see that happening.
Yeah, keep it simple. I agree. I think Cowboys cover, I think they cover and win. I think this is a get-right game for them. It's a prove it. It's huge for so many reasons. Saints, Chiefs, Monday Night Football. No more doubleheaders. We can actually enjoy one game at a time. Saints are traveling to KC. KC's very banged up. KC's laying 5.5. What do you think?
KC very banged up. Shout out to Pat Mahomes, one of the most hated guys in the NFL right now, probably. Oh, hold on. My Siri's popping up. one of the most hated guys in the NFL right now, probably, after he did that to his own teammate. What a shame. With that being said, give me the Chiefs staying undefeated 5-0 against the Saints. I don't believe in the Saints. I'll never believe in the Saints. As long as Derek Carr's slinging that rock, I'm good on them.
Yeah, I think Saints win. I think Saints win, and they cover, so that'll be an extra 2 points for me. I just think something – listen, best coach, best quarterback, first ballot Hall of Famer – they are so banged up, and I think eventually that adrenaline, and maybe I'm wrong, I think that's what made Brady so great is like, oh, this is the year, it's not the year. I just think the Saints are going to come in there. That defense is aggressive. I don't care what you say. The defense is aggressive. Derek Carr just can't shoot him in the foot. Kamara's going to be running hard. And they got guys, Olave, Shaheed, whatever. He's hit or miss. Taysom Hill will probably find himself. Book it right now. I don't know why I just thought of this. Maybe this is God. This is how I picked the over and the Lions. But I'm telling you right now, Trey, Taysom Hill anytime touchdown, book it.
Oh my gosh!
I'm not a fan. I would have never said that. It was like something just.
What just happened? We were just predicting, and you're talking about Taysom Hill anytime touchdown now.
You said that's what you do. Your $5 anytime touchdown. Put $500 on it. You'll make probably $35,000. No.
Is he even... dude, he gets hurt so much, I don't even know if he's playing this weekend.
He scored last week, I think.
No way, really?
I'm almost positive. Let me look.
He probably got hurt on that play.
Player props, anytime touchdown.
Yeah. Taysom Hill.
Oh.
Yeah, I bet it's juicy.
He's fucking down there. Where is this guy?
He's probably not even on there. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know if he's playing this weekend.
I don't see him. Hold on.
He's down there. They got him juiced for this week.
I really don't see him on here, Trey.
Yeah, he's probably not playing. He's probably hurt. That's what I'm saying. The guy can't stay healthy.
Okay, well, if he's hurt, that doesn't count. Like, then...
Obviously, don't bet it.
Is he hurt right now?
Probably. He stays hurt.
Concerned. Yeah, maybe it's because they don't know if he's playing. Questionable to return. Okay. Well, this is... I don't know, bro. You know, we got to check fantasy.
Yeah, that's the only way to find out. They be keeping you up to date every day.
This is saying questionable. This is saying suffered a rib injury during the game. Da-da-da-da-da. All right, so we'll see. Maybe we hold off on that one. Hey, week 4 is in the books. We're on to week 5. Bigger, better, hungrier, sharper, wiser, smarter. Good podcast, late podcast. We got to be better. We got to be more consistent. I'm on the road next week in D.C. Yeah. Maybe we'll do it from D.C. Maybe I'll take it from the hotel. Trey, always a pleasure. Keep pounding. Stay strong. Stay hungry. Stay ready. Never out of the fight.
Thank you, Dad.
Signing off.
Goodbye, friends.